Parenting is a process of raising, nurturing a child from birth to childhood, providing care, support, guidance, love to help your child develop physically, emotionally, socially, and cognitively. Authoritarian parents. Authoritarian would mean a dictator. Sit down there, don't go there. You sleep now, you wake up now, read your book and all of that. So it's a dictator, the permissive parent. So what that means is encourages independence and self-expression. So, well, you can do what you want and all of that. While you are maintaining, no, me, I don't flog my child. Let them do what they want to do. At the end of the day, you are not smarter than God. Hello, welcome to this next episode of our video. And our discussion today, we'll be looking at parenting and parenting style. Now, parenting is a process of raising, nurturing a child from birth to childhood, providing care, support, guidance, love to help your child develop physically, emotionally, socially, and cognitively, right? Now, that is parenting by definition. But today we're discussing parenting style. Now, we are not making a recommendation as to this is what works or this is what doesn't work. What would inform your parenting style would probably be your cultural background, environmental factor. By the environmental, I mean maybe the cultural is more on, let me say, I'm from this particular tribe, or this is our clan, this is where we are. For environmental, I mean maybe more of a geographical thing. Because you live in a particular city, you kind of conform to the city. Your religious belief can inform your parenting style. Your level of education, as far as parenting is concerned, can inform your parenting style. Economic factor can inform your parenting style. But overall, the idea is this: we'll place before you, as it were, the different parenting style, and of course, you identify yourself. You look at the best practices as far as parenting is concerned, and where necessary, adjust, where necessary, applaud. What's important is we're not making a recommendation, we're just letting you know different parenting style, and you will know what to do by the time we're done. So let's get right into it. The first one is the authoritarian parent. Now, it has its own strengths and it has its own weaknesses. Authoritarian would mean a dictator. Sit down there, don't go there. You sleep now, you wake up now, read your book and all of that. So it's a dictator. Of course, it's established clear boundaries and instill discipline. But the weakness of that is that can be overly strict, right? It can lead to rebellion, low self-esteem, and let me tell you, resentfulness in some case. And so the question is this: how do we create a balance? Well, I like to say it this way. The psalmist said, "Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." Rod is for correction, staff is for direction. So the truth of the matter is this: you must therefore now know, when do I apply rod and when do I use staff? That is what is important. The next one is the permissive parent. So what that means is encourages independence and self-expression. So, well, you can do what you want and all of that. As good as that is, remember, the Bible says a child left to himself will come to ruin. It said foolishness is abound in the heart of the child, but the rod of correction will drive it away from that child. And of course, they said a child left to himself will bring shame to the mother. So very importantly, it's important that while you are maintaining, no, me, I don't flog my child, let them do what they want to do. At the end of the day, you are not smarter than God. They has no. So the weakness of that is the children lack boundaries, leading to sense of entitlement or impulsivity. The point is this: in this case, you're now saying, okay, the authoritarian one or the permissive one, what should we choose? We are not recommending. We're letting you see. You can have a mix of both, of all of what we're telling you. But we are just putting spotlight on the strengths and the weaknesses as you parent, as the case may be. The first one I said authoritarian. This next point, number 3, is authoritative. Now, this balances. Now, authoritarian, another thing I said about the authoritarian as different from this is the authoritarian is like a dictator. They want to say something and not allowing them talk. Why? The alpha. So authoritative deals with balancing warmth and structure, promoting self-regulation and responsibility. So there's a balance. So you look at, okay, the structure, you set up boundaries, while you allow them express themselves and regulate, and we review. It allows for some, discussion, but while you consider whatever it is the adolescent has to bring on board, you're still saying, well, I don't disagree with you, but this is what we have to do for this reason, for this reason, for this reason. The weakness can be challenging to find how do I find the right balance? But the point is this, it's possible, and that is what we are about. The next and important one is the attachment parenting. The strength of that is it fosters strong emotional bond and secure attachment. So, me, my child, and all of that, you're there for them emotionally. Oh, let this not happen to them. Oh, let that not happen to them. And they know it. But the weakness of that is this, young people will always be young people. They can take advantage of that and misuse it. It's something that you have to manage properly. It's also time consuming if you are not very much available to them. Then it can also lead to overdependence. So you can delay certain things they could have learned because you push them a bit forward. I work with young people, and I can tell you that for free, that some of my young people that had that opportunity where their parents allowed them to explore a little adventure here and there, they are different from when it comes to sense of responsibility from those who mom and dad have to do everything from there. And when they want to take a little step out of the boundaries of the routine, momsy, they are scared. They come for camp meeting. They are the one momsy is constantly calling, have you eaten? Have you slept? Oh, any small thing, you're not going for camp meeting again the next year and all of that. Those things have their place. In this particular career, attachment really can have some disadvantage if it's not properly managed. The next thing is what I would call the positive parenting. Now, this encourages mutual respect, empathy, and self-esteem, right? And of course, everything really have a bit of a gap that at this point you can struggle with setting boundaries and discipline, because you see, there's a mutual respect, there's empathy, there's self-esteem, but you can find yourself, where do I draw in line in certain instances? The recommendation would be, we need to look at action and consequences. We look at action versus reward. So in making such decision and creating opportunity for mutual respect, understanding, empathy, self-esteem, the point is this: keep things up for empathy. If you do this, if we do this, this is the consequence. If this is not done, this is the consequence. If you do this, this is the reward, and what have you. The next one is helicopter parenting. Now, this shows intense involvement and care. Intense involvement and care. But at this, it can be overly controlling. So at that point is where I tell my young people, I said, so mommy doesn't understand, daddy doesn't understand. And my simple answer to them would be, I don't blame you. Wait till you have a child, then you understand how and why they are behaving, or they seem to be overly controlling of your life. It is love, it is care. But then, however, it can be frustrating for the young people themselves. It can be too much to bear in some instances. They can misunderstand your intention. So as such, when we look at the helicopter parenting, it also needs to be balanced very well, because again, the underlying was intense involvement. Intense, no room for the person to breathe. It's very, very important. The next thing is what you call the free range parenting. Now, this encourages independence, self-reliance, and resilience. While that advantage is there, you have, it can be perceived as neglectful or lacking involvement. So where parents push them to say, you can do this, and while they watch them almost like as though they are going to fall off the cliff, what happens is, of course, in most cases really, with proper guidance and watchful eyes, those people are more stronger in decision making, they go faster in terms of independence, and they are more reassuring. So you can start with little challenges you give to them. So I know you can do this. Then you send them maybe to watch over the store one of these days. Or maybe you didn't drop them off with the driver. You say you can take the taxi. And they go and they come and they, hey, I went to Uber today and I'm fine. And you look at some other things. Of course, it may come across that you lack involvement and don't care in certain ways. But the truth of the matter is this, it will help. The next one is a mindful parenting. Now, this practices self-awareness, self-regulation, and heavily presence of either or both parents, right? But however, the challenging about and maintaining mindfulness can be a stressful situation on your part. So that will require a full dedication. I'm aware of parents who really, by the time their children were becoming teenagers, the woman has to say, you know what, I'm going to have to stop working. Let my husband continue to work so that I can give attention to my teenagers as they form to become adults. It's something that really you can explore. The next one is Montessori parenting. Now, this encourages child learning and hands-on activity. Just like in schools, you say you have Montessori learning approach. So experimentation is allowed, of course, under supervision. You give them certain projects, you give them support, and let them try out with real life experience. And by the way, I have identified is an approach I use when I work with most of my young people. I give them real life projects. Maybe they manage an event, they manage a fundraising project, they manage maybe a design or the repositioning of our church venue and all of that. It's a Montessori kind of parenting where you'll use real life things that you could have wanted an adult to do or somebody advanced in age to do. You get them to be it under supervision and allow them to make certain mistakes and learn from their mistake. And of course, they become better. The weakness, however, can be structured and may not suit every child's learning style, But in any case, it is also beautiful. Last but not the least is the holistic parenting. Now, this considers physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Amazing. Physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. If I could recommend, this would be the recommendation, Montessori, then you can pick any other one or two in terms of parenting. Now, remember, each style has its strengths and weaknesses, and many parents blend elements from multiple styles to create their own unique approach. Understanding this style can help you, reflect on your approach and make intentional choices as far as parenting style is concerned. I hope this was helpful. Please do share, tell other parents about this. But this is as much as we can take in this video. We'll see you in our next video. Thank you very much.
Teens Voice Academy. Preparing adolescents for a significantly impactful adult life.